In CIM, we were instructed to build our own personal project, and we saw this stool, and we decided this was a good place to start. And we drew it on some notebooks and figured out that the first place to start would be to build this top right here. And while we were drawing it out, we decided that we were going to build it as a breadboard type with a bunch of different woods laid next to each other. So we got all of our wood laid together and glued up and planed so it's all flat. Now we got to CNC a circle out to make our stool. Here's our Mastercam programming, and if we run it, it's going to run like that. So let's go run that on the CNC. Okay, so we finished our breadboard, and now we got to make the legs for the stool next. We are going to use math to find the angle that this wood is cut at with the legs. So for that, we need to find dimensions. The legs at the bottom are approximately 7.5 inches apart. And the legs at the top are about 13.5 inches apart. So 13 minus 7 is 6, which means that both of the legs move 6 inches. So each leg moves 3 inches apart. So our triangle is going to be 3 by 24. So we need to find that angle right there. And tangent says that the tan of this angle is the ratio of opposite over adjacent. So on our calculator, we are going to do the arc tangent, because we need to find the angle, of 24 over 3, which is 82.8. So our legs are going to be 90 minus 82.8, which is 7.2. And our chop saw does not go at 7.2, so we're just going to round that down to 5 degrees. So we ran into some problems designing this because this angle right here is a compound cut at a 5-degree angle, 45 degrees angle to the board. And our solution to that was to build a jig that lets a board rest at 45 degrees, and then we're going to make a 5-degree angle cut that way. Okay, so we got our jig all set up, chop saws at a 5-degree angle, so let's make the cut. Okay, so we needed a better way to stabilize our legs so that it can be a more sturdy surface to sit on. And so we decided to build a box so that our legs can go in here and support the legs from collapsing underneath the stool. We sit on it. So that's going to go underneath the stool, like that. Our next problem that we ran into while building the stool was that these were circular on the stool, and we don't really know how to use the lathe. So we decided to make these rectangular and then make a dado cut out of those stool legs to hold them in place. Okay, so our boards are marked at 6 inches on this side and 7 inches on this side, so that they will sit like that. Our cross bracings will go in between the legs. Okay, so we made our dado cuts in the wood, and now we're going to put these cross bracings in like that, so that it keeps all the legs together. So now we have all of our parts made, and now it's time to assemble them. Okay, so we assembled everything together and glued it all up, just nailed a couple of them together, and then we decided to put a lazy Susan in between the box and the top so they can spin. But other than that, everything worked out just as we planned.